Join On the Sofa with Esther this Sunday for an unforgettable celebration of music legends. Brenda Lee Eager, Blinky Williams, Melvin Franklin Jr. and Andre Pitmon. Live stories, Motown magic and music history. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome back to another unforgettable episode of On the Sofa with Esther, where heart meets heritage and music tells the story. Today's show is packed with legends and legacy as I welcome four incredible guests whose voices and vision have shaped the soundtracks of our lives. First up is the incomparable Brenda Lee Eager, an award-winning singer-songwriter whose voice has graced stages across the world and whose pen has crafted timeless melodies. With a career that bridges gospel roots and soul royalty, Brenda not only brings music, but wisdom and heart. And then joining us is the iconic Blinky Williams, the soulful powerhouse of Motown and the unforgettable voice behind the Good Times theme song. Her voice defined an era and her spirit continues to uplift and inspire. Also on the sofa is Melvin Franklin Jr., son of the legendary Temptations bassman, Melvin Franklin. He's here to share what it means to carry a legacy, keep the harmony alive, and to honor the history of one of the greatest groups of all time. And last but not least, we're honored to welcome Andre Pitmon, CEO of Enthrone Records and the visionary behind Enthrone Entertainment's Legendary Honors Awards. Fresh off from an incredible season, Andre brings insight into the industry, the artists he champions, and the future of soul and R&B music. So welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
It's great to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a fabulous conversation because it's not only that I've got legends and legacy in the room, but also purpose. You know, purpose is what drives us, purpose and destiny. And so we're not here by default. We're all here on purpose and in purpose. And especially with the current climate, not just in the States, but throughout the world, where there's so much sort of hatred and division, we bring something not only into our lives for our own sanity, but into the lives of others. And that word is hope. So without further ado, I like to ask my guests, Andre, you know the drill. I always like to ask, let's start with Andre. Who is Andre in a nutshell? You know this in a nutshell, or a peanut shell. Who is Andre Pitmon?
A producer, a director, entertainment executive, and a philanthropist.
And there's more to that, but we'll unpeel you.
That was a nutshell, and I was just sticking it in a nutshell.
We'll unpeel that as we go through. And Brenda, what about you? Let's see. Brenda is who's Brenda in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a coconut shell?
Oh, it's so hard to put that girl into a coconut shell.
Yeah, it is.
Well, let's say what is bigger?
I am Brenda Lee Eager is the oldest of 12 children. I am a singer, songwriter, actor, and playwright, and voice coach. I started singing from 3 years old, and the last 55 years, I've made a living at what I do, and that is to be of service to mankind through my talent. And that's pretty much it. I could write a book, but I'm trying to, hone it in for you.
That's okay. We're gonna unwrap you as well, so you don't want to. Thank you. And then same thing to you, Blinky. Who is Blinky in a nutshell, in a, let's say, a crab shell and a walnut shell? Got to find some more shells.
Walnut shell. I'm Blinky Williams, aka Sandra Williams. I'm a true child of God. I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. I I train and direct choirs on Sundays and any other day of the week that they needed me. I'm a church musician, and had the wonderful opportunity to have an entertainment career with Motown and Sammy Davis Jr. And I'm the proud mother of two lovely daughters, Dana and Tori, and I am a grandmother of 8 and a great grandmother of 4. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Ooh. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. And we are going to unravel you soon as well. And last but not least, Melvin Franklin Jr. Who is Melvin Franklin Jr.? Come on, guys, help me out. In a seashell, in a walnut shell. What's another shell? There's another shell.
A cray shell.
That's it. Yeah, a cray shell. That voice. Whoa.
I know.
You sound so much like Blue. It's unreal.
I have to tell you a story, Blue. We'll get later into it. It's
Yes,
one of my
ma'am.
favorite stories.
Yes,
But I'll tell you.
I look forward to it.
It's about your dad, and yeah, I'll tell you
Please,
this beautiful
I
story.
welcome any and all stories about my
Yeah,
father.
yeah.
Because that's the only way I'm gonna know.
Yes, right.
Who am I?
Mm.
I am man of God. I am a father of 4 beautiful daughters.
Mm.
I am full custody father, by the way. I've had full custody of my children for the
Wonderful.
past 8
Wonderful.
years. All by my ex-wife. I just want to
Yeah.
put that disclaimer out there.
Mm.
All right. And the son of who most would consider the greatest bass singer to ever live.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that is me in an oyster shell.
Awesome.
Yes, yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to really sort of do a deep dive now. We are here in part to celebrate. You are award winners of Enthrone Records. Remind me of the name of the award again, Andre.
The Enthrone Entertainment Honors.
That's awards. And
Yeah.
this is to, congratulate and to celebrate yourself, Blinky and Melvin. Myself and Brenda, we had our awards last year. We were in the same class, didn't we?
Yes, we were.
And it was a real, not just surprise, but it was a real honor. I don't go looking for I don't go looking for things like that, but it was just so nice because I know that Andre sees me. It wasn't just something
Yes.
it's not just a token gesture. He sees and understands what I do, and there's a difference in that. And so I could thank you once again for that. But this isn't about me. This is to celebrate your stories and your journeys in the industries that you're in. So, Blinky, let's start with you. First and foremost, what was it like for you to be an honoree of this award this year?
Darling, I can't even explain my emotions and feelings. I'm about to tear up right now.
Uh-oh.
I mean, just to have been remembered and acknowledged in the area of entertainment was just super awesome. I was totally surprised, and Andre, I still want to thank you. I've been wondering. I'm shocked that people remember me. I'm shocked to be remembered, but honored to be remembered. That's most that I can say.
And you are remembered predominantly for the good times. Let me just pull it up. Just tell us a little bit more about that, because you're honored for lots more.
Iconic.
But that was an iconic song. Just tell us a bit more about that song. How did it reach you, or how did it find you?
I was still with Motown, and we were in Hollywood at one of the studios. I don't remember which one. We were in Hollywood doing something else. We were recording at Motown, me and Edward Starr, and Dave Grusom came into the hallway. He said, "You guys got a few minutes?" And we said, yeah, Blinky, we really need for you your voice on this song for Good Times. And this is how it goes. Just looking out of the window, da-da-da-da-da, watching the asphalt grow, thinking of how it all can me down, keeping your head above water, making a way when you can. Temporary layoffs, good times. Easy credit rip-offs, good times. Scratching and surviving, hanging in and jiving. So me and Jim Gilstrap, we
Yeah.
um we did the duet on that, and we learned it on the spot.
Wow.
Wow.
We did it we recorded in the first take, and just clowned around afterwards having church. And that's how it came to be. That's how it happened. And I at the time was pregnant with my second daughter.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
That
That's
is
Tori.
amazing.
that is a
Yeah,
spontaneous. But I know there's so much more that you have done over the years. Why I'm sure Andre selected you, and it's nice to be selected, isn't it?
absolutely,
Um,
absolutely. Let me insert something. There was been a very controversy about the lyric, the line
Thank
hanging
you.
in a child line. No, no, it was hanging in and jiving, having a
Oh,
good.
thank
Yeah,
you.
That's
Thank
what it
you.
was. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody's mind is blown.
yeah.
Tell me
There
what
was
it is
there was
again. Hanging and a
uh,
jiving.
hanging
Hanging
in and
and a
driving.
jiving.
Okay, yeah, hanging. And how you gonna hang in a child line? Hanging in and driving. The story's about a black family. The movie's about it's about a black family who didn't have out their window. They didn't see grass. They saw asphalt. Okay,
Right.
so the line was we're watching the asphalt grow.
From grow. Right.
Right.
Thinking of how it
Right.
all looks hand me down.
Hand me down.
And if you remember in the day, there was expression keeping your head above water.
mm,
Right, of course.
Just living,
Yeah.
okay, making a way when you can. Temporary credit layoffs. Temporary, was it temporary
Layoff.
layoff?
Layoff.
Easy credit
Yeah,
ripoff.
an easy credit ripoff because
Yeah.
we didn't have a lot of credit. So that's the song, but it's not hanging in and
Wow.
jiving. It's
I
not.
didn't know what it was. I kept saying, hanging in a tire.
Some people said hanging in a dialogue.
Oh
I
wow.
thought it was hanging in the chow
I'm
line.
so glad to
And
finally
right, that's
know.
what the majority of people thought.
I thought
Yeah.
it
And I'm
was
like,
hanging
wait
in
a
the chow
minute.
line. I had no idea. I mean, the show was before my time, but the song
Mhm.
itself is iconic, obviously.
Yeah,
You hear people singing it all the time. You see reruns still to this
Oh,
day.
yeah, reruns are
absolutely.
running.
Oh, I praise God for the reruns, darling.
I'm
I
sure I
praise.
know you
I
do.
praise Him every
I know
time.
them
You do,
publishing checks,
girl.
girl.
Oh, I know you do.
Praise the
Well,
Lord.
Oh, I know.
a quick story. My daughter lives in Las Vegas, and there was a contest on the radio, and she said, "Mom, they're having a contest, and the controversy is about the lyrics." She said, "So would it be wrong for me to participate in the
Nope.
contest? I could win $1,000." I said, "Participate." So
You
she
better go
Get
get
called
that
that
and
money.
money.
she gave him the lyrics, right? Hanging in and jiving, and then she pulled it up and she sent it to them, and they said, well, "Our winner is Tori Joe Baker." And she said, "Mom, can I tell them I'm your daughter?" I said, "After you get the money."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Wait till the check clears.
Look,
Right.
look, by the way,
Oh, brilliant. Thank you for that, Vicky. That was yeah, we've just touched the surface of your shell. Brilliant. Wonderful. And next, who is next? Where I forgot where I was with the conversation. Um, and Blue, no, sorry, Melvin, apologies. Melvin, you know,
Blues fine.
for you and your journey, because your father was the legendary Melvin Franklin. Um, can you share something that you remembered about your father that people associated with? I mean, you already told us that how people experienced him in terms of his demeanor, um, just his heart, his soul, who he was as a person. So for you growing up and knowing that this was your father, were you aware that he was so iconic at the time?
I can't say that I was aware of how vast and large his impact was. I just know the way that I was treated once people found out that he was my father.
Okay.
And because of that, I found myself kind of keeping that information under wraps as much as I possibly could. I didn't really like people finding out when I was young that he was my father, because, you know, instantaneously the relational dynamic shifts.
Yes.
And now I don't really know what your true intentions or motives are.
Okay.
Right? So
Okay.
so like I said, even as a youth, I kept that under wraps. But as I got older and began to appreciate more, not just the impact that he had, you know, musically, globally, but his level of discipline and dedication to his craft. It inspires me to this day. He had an order in his life. It was God, the Temptations, and his mother, and then everything and everyone else. And you get in where you fit in, but nobody disrupted that, his holy trinity, right? Which was God, the Temptations, his mother. And for him to have dedicated, 37 years of his life to, day in, day out, through sickness, through injuries, through it took him getting shot to not go on tour.
Wow.
Right. We're all familiar with the injections that he would get in order to continue to perform at the level that he would perform at. What a lot of people don't know, you may know, Miss Blinky, from having been on tour with them, there were times when he would be rolled up to the curtain in a wheelchair prior to performing, and then get out on stage and no one would
do
know.
those steps.
In excruciating pain.
And there's a lot of steps too.
Right. And I trust me, I know I'm in the process of learning them. Right.
Too bad you don't have. Too bad you don't have Charlie Atkins. We all learned to dance
and
from
Marley
Charlie.
King. Yes, yes.
Pops taught us all how to dance.
I'd much rather have him than Lon Fontaine.
Oh,
He would really have us working. But
yes.
But just again, the level of dedication that he has to his craft, showing what true professionalism is. Again, he's like, to me, he's like the Michael Jordan of bass singing.
Yeah.
And so looking at it from that perspective, there's no way I'll ever catch that. But, I can at least try to be Kobe, right? I can't be Mike, so, but yeah, it is, as far as what people saw of him, how he interacted with people, his demeanor, that never really turned off. Like he was, even though he was born David Melvin English, he was Melvin Franklin through and through, both on and off the camera. Like it never turned off, so which I guess is kind of how the greats operate, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
there is no off switch.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Of course, you guys would all know that better than I would.
You'll find out.
You mentioned dedication and professionalism.
Yes, sir.
This goes to everyone. What are your thoughts about the dedication and professionalism with the artist today? I'll wait.
It's a different era. There are some throwbacks, but I believe that, and of course, you all being much more experienced in this industry than I am can speak better to this, but just from what I see, there's been a lot more corporatizing of the art form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and as such, the artistry itself is lost. It's
There you go.
become more
Yes,
so
very well
cookie
put.
cutter,
Yep.
right?
It could
And
be.
Yeah.
and so there's like a formula to follow if you
Mm.
want to get to this level of success, and
Yeah.
don't deviate from that, or you won't achieve the type of success that
Right.
you hope to achieve, and that comes at a cost.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
cost being, first of all, the art form, and by proxy, because it's the love, it's the passion of the art that drives us to do what we do.
Mm.
So it comes with its own sense of respect, which brings professionalism, which
Mm-hmm.
brings dedication, which brings
Absolutely.
commitment, because you love what you do.
That's
But
it.
when they remove the love from it, and it's like, okay, look, you have to fit into this box, otherwise get out of my office, you're kind of forced to comply, and now you have a generation of children, of young artists who grew up in this culture, so they don't know any different.
That's
So
right.
if you were to tell them that they're not being professional, if they're not truly committed, if they're not, they look at you like you have a third eye, because this is all that they know.
That's all they know. That's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that would be my answer.
I could not have said that better. I have
No,
nothing
me
else
neither.
to say, but you're right. That's all I have to say about it. Everything you've said is correct. And so
Absolutely.
But it,
Absolutely.
but
you've
it's
spoken well for me, bro.
Thank you, ma'am.
but
And me
it's
too.
Thank you, ma'am.
but it's interesting because in the mix of that, there's a group of, I would say, young people coming up who are going back to. You've got people like October London. There's some
Yeah.
others I can't name, but I've been clocking them, and
Yes.
there's sort of like this renaissance
Yes.
of the old school coming through, or maybe we just gonna give them credit for it coming through them for who they are. There's a guy called Dax, and he sings very much about his own pain as a man,
Mm.
and but you can see that he's separate from the corporate identity. But then what I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you around that, Melvin, is hasn't it always been that way of if you want to be in the industry, you have to conform? That's always been there. And I guess it's how far are you willing to sell your soul to, in that space?
Mhm.
Because, on one level, I'm just seeing a lot of twerking and everything's very sexualized, and it's almost like, okay. But then on the other side, you do have there's a segment of young people that are coming up and they are redefining
Yes,
they're redefining soul, and it's almost
they
like they're
are.
old souls, but they're their own entities as well. And
Yeah,
but I understand where Andre's coming from.
absolutely. And may I say, I agree with you too. There are some young kids, and they're young and they're open and they're trusting their hearts right now. And it hasn't gone full blown, but I said I was going to say I'm going to live to see the
Mm.
soul and the passion of the music come back.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's
yes.
what we're going to see. We're singing in little pieces
Yes,
right now, but
yes,
we
Well, as you know,
and
all things come full circle,
yes.
they come. And so
right?
here we go
And
around again. There's a
mhm.
group, you guys. I'm telling you, they are phenomenal. It's 3 young guys called In Flight.
And flights.
They're in flight. They're singing with karaoke or something like that, but they have just taken over the internet. I've actually tried to write them and said, I have got a hit song for you guys. because the soul of these children, they found themselves.
Mm.
And it's so beautiful to see them singing the Temps, them singing the Tops, them singing Solomon Burke, them singing Heat Wave, them singing Smokey. But they put this new little, the backgrounds are a little different, but it's so soulful. You just weep. You're just like, wow. So the fact that they've got over millions of people looking at them, it's on its way back. October is good too. To me, he really, he hasn't defined his own, because he's so much like Marvin. But I think he will grow into defining himself.
That's my
Even
wish
with
for
Marvin
him.
Flavor, I love what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I think he will evolve.
Right. Oh, I'm sure he will. When
Yeah.
I heard him, I said, "Oh, wow, this is refreshing. We already got a Marvin, but I really want to know who this gentleman is."
Yeah.
Yes,
You
yes,
know?
yes.
But it was a way for him to get on the
Absolutely.
get out, you know.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, you
Absolutely.
remember when we would be in the studio in the day, we'd be in the studio for hours and
Yes.
hours.
Mm.
And when I was at Motown, and when I was in the studio with Hal Davis,
Yeah. Oh, girl.
girl, listen, friends, he would spend 20 minutes and 1,000 takes on one lyric.
On one lyric, yeah.
Because he wanted to hear it enunciated properly and with some feeling. I don't feel that with a
Yeah.
lot of the music today. I
Right.
don't
Right.
feel
Right.
I don't feel
Right.
the passion. And I heard a lyric the other day was this oh God, back it in and let me give you 10.
Yeah.
That just broke my heart.
Yeah.
Back it in and let me give you 10. Let me give you 10. You know, so I'm not down on the music today. I just can't get with a lot of the lyrics. I don't hear the passion in a real song, and that's missing for me.
And you don't hear the truth. Somebody told me, Roger Guinevere, an actor, a friend of mine told me years ago, be honest. Be honest with the music. Because when you're honest, you're going to touch people, even when,
Yeah.
even when they think that, I don't want to hear that. But if you keep being honest, there's something that's going to touch them. And it appeals to that seed of honesty in them. So when you can collectively reach out to people, young people. I mean, young people are coming to see my show still.
Yes, well, because you're a great singer, and you're a great singer, and you perform, Brenda. You
And a
perform.
storyteller.
And a story, yeah. I love stories, and everybody relate to some kind of story.
Yes.
We're all storytellers.
Absolutely.
Whether we're telling the story or not, we're all. If you're living, you've got stories.
Yes.
It is
I want to
the
tell.
oldest
I want to
it's
tell
the
Melvin
oldest
one of his.
tradition in human history is
Yeah.
storytelling. I just want to touch really quickly. I want to touch on what you were just saying.
Yes.
About the hypersexualization of music. If you notice, it comes directly from the same place that soul music came from. It's only our culture. They
You're right.
don't hypersexualize Taylor Swift.
That's right.
They don't hypersexualize Billie Eilish. They
Yes.
don't. They only do that with us.
That's right.
And so it is up to us
Come on.
to be like, no, we're not going to sing that. We're not
Right.
going to do that. We're
Right.
not going to. Now, there are ways. I mean, you guys come from an era. I'm old enough now to be able to listen to a lot of those older songs and realize that they were talking about the same exact thing.
Exactly.
It just wasn't as vulgar as it
We
is.
knew how to do it. You know, we knew how to double entendre.
Exactly. So it's not as though you can't touch on the topic.
Very sexy, but it
was classy.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean, case in point, let's get it on.
You know,
yeah.
The greatest love song in
our
human history.
sexuality, but it wasn't. It wasn't raw
Right.
vulgar. It wasn't vulgar.
It wasn't
Right.
vulgar.
And
Yeah.
like I say, we as producers, our job is to prepare a musical meal, a healthy musical meal for these children to consume because they're going
Mm.
to eat anything in front of them.
Yeah,
Oh, very
But it's
good.
our job to give them a healthier musical
exactly.
digest to choose from because they're just going to eat whatever you put in front of them and
Whatever.
they're going to think
That's right.
they're going to think it's delicious.
Hmm.
And I'm like, let's just show them something that's worth. And I'm a proponent of A&R, and because
Which has
A&R,
disappeared.
Oh yeah,
hello,
totally.
and I want to bring it back because it only helps, not hurts.
Yeah,
It only helps you with your
that's
craft.
right.
Well, no,
That's
it
right.
only helps the artist. It doesn't help the company.
Right.
The artist,
Because if
yes.
the artist
Yeah,
gets
that's what it.
developed, then the artist gets more intelligent. And as the artist gets more intelligent, then they
won't
start to
read.
buck the system. So
Yeah.
if
Well,
we
that's the
be
A and
ignorant,
that's what the A&R for, the artist repertoire. It's for
Right.
the artist, supposedly, to put out decent
Develop. Yeah.
developing music and so we can sell it now only because you put a record out now on the label part of it, like, okay, this is great, but how are we going to sell it to the masses, or are we going to sell it to just a certain demographic? And our side of the business is to sell music, and how you put it out is like, okay, how are we going to twist this thing so we can make more money for the artist and for the company?
Well put.
That's all the company cares about is the money.
that's
Yeah.
it.
That's what it's
That's
all about.
all they care about.
This
That's
is a
right.
business. Yes. Yes.
And so this therefore goes back to the awards, Andre, that you give out, because you're putting the onus of not just to celebrate, but you're also saying, you're valuable, you're
Yeah.
invaluable. You're putting something on the art, the craft, and you are celebrating it by showcasing, saying, this is for you. I see you, I acknowledge you. And
Yeah.
and there's something in that space of honoring, because I'm an old soul myself, and I'm very much about honoring. And so
Right.
I want to ask, so Brenda, when you received, I mean, we touched on it briefly, and we've got about another, I would say maybe 5 minutes. But when you received your award last year, because you are this pot puree of dun, 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 and all I can see, it's a bit like a Jack in the Box, it pops out with Jack in the Box and flowers and everything going, and then in the middle there's Brenda.
Very descriptive.
I was,
So
of course, I was elated. It's just, it's great to live your life doing your purpose.
Amen.
I couldn't be happier. And then for someone to recognize your work and your purpose, and they are joy filled because of what you have brought to the world. And then they give you the plaque is beautiful, but the heart is more beautiful. That you opened up your heart and said, "You did this. You contribute. You've contributed to my joy. Because if I didn't make you happy, you wouldn't have given me an award. So I'm getting from someone who really loves what I do and speaks for the masses. So my hat's off to you. Thank you, brother. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
so
Thank you
So,
all.
I'm elated. I'm just elated.
so
Thank you
Andre,
all.
how happened you picked Blinky?
Because we stand on
We,
your shoulders, and
yeah,
because there's so many artists out there that has put so much into this industry and gotten so little back or have been ignored. And because the award industry only basically concentrates on what's now and what's modern, but
yeah,
without the seniors of the senior artists, these people wouldn't have anything to go by. I mean, a perfect example is sampling other people's music. They had to get other people's music to put on their record to make them a hit record. So we're going back to the original OGs, and without them, there wouldn't be the music that we have now. And so they're being almost ignored. And my thing is, look, this is a time for us to reward them and pass out flowers and say thank you.
You're not forgotten.
Wow, a Hall of Fame award. That's big. That's thank you, Andre.
It's no, thank you.
And also, Melvin, what about you? For you to have received it, because I can see yours is that yours just there we go.
Yes.
What did it mean for you to have received that?
First of all, it was impromptu.
It was.
It was. I came to the event. I didn't even know anything about it until 2 days prior. But I came to the event to support Mr. Ron Haslam, who happens to be our music director. I've recently been recruited to sing in Glenn Leonard's Temptations review.
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you, sir. And so because of that, I was able to meet Ron, and then Ron invited me.
Love Ron.
Love Ron. That's my guy.
And he was being honored.
Right. And so I was just coming to support him and, maybe do a little mingling here and there. But, the main thing was to come support him on his day. And when they called out the award for the Temps, Ron yelled out at the top of his lungs, "Melvin Franklin Jr."
Yeah.
I went over to Ron. I said, I was asking him about, I got this award for the Temptations. He says, "Melvin here." I said, "Do you think it'll be a good idea for him to do it?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "All right, I'll leave it up to you." And there we go.
So he yelled out my name. I went up there on the stage and accepted the award. It was very
awesome.
humbling.
And when you open your mouth, Melvin,
that was it.
I dropped.
That was it.
I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, and I yelled out, "You sure are, Melvin." But let me tell you this quick.
I've been getting that a lot lately.
This quick little antidote here.
Yes, ma'am.
2 weeks before your dad passed, I was in the hospital and he was in the hospital at Cedars Sinai. So Bobby Womack calls me one day and he said, "Brand," said, "Melvin's downstairs. You need to go see him." And he said, "They're not letting anybody see him, but you go down and see if they'll let you see him." So I went down I believe he was on the 3rd floor. I went down and I asked if I could see him. And sure enough, they let me, because Ron Thompson said, "Yeah, Brand, he'll be glad to know you're there." And Ron took me to the door, and I got to sit with him and talk to him. He was comatose, but I could talk to him because Ron said, "He'll hear you. He can't talk, but he'll hear you." And I got to, as one of the treasures of my life, was to be able to do that. So it's really great to meet you, because that's one of my great stories. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that.
So thank you for allowing me to share that.
I appreciate that. Because I hadn't seen him for a few years. But I found out he died on the news. And not to go into too much detail, but to hear that you were able to spend some of his last moments with him, and now to be sitting here talking
and to meet you,
this is I can't wait to actually meet you in person. And
I was trying to get to you that night of the awards, but I couldn't.
Well, I'm sure I'm sure Mr. Andre here will has no problems coordinating
Oh, I'm
everything.
Oh,
sure.
we will. We will.
I'm sure.
You know, and
Melvin,
same with you, Miss Blinky. I can't, because I know you. You said you went on tour with them a lot and everything. So I know
yeah,
between the
3
two
years.
of you, I know you guys got a whole bunch of stories.
Yeah.
Mm, I'm-
3 years straight, I was on the road with the Temps because we both had Shelley Berger as our manager. And
Oh, Shelley.
um,
There
Shelley.
it is.
Okay.
yeah,
There
and
it is.
from the first moment at Motown, he asked to be my manager. So he had me on the road with the Temps 4 years straight. And I made my debut at the Forum the same night as Dennis made his debut with the Temps, and we were both extremely nervous. And
Wow.
Blue never called me Blinky; he called me Sandra. And
Sandra.
he reached out to my brother, Pastor Austin Williams. He was pastor of True Vine Baptist Church in Inglewood, and he confessed his calling to the ministry to my brother.
Oh.
True story. He said he really wanted to preach the gospel.
Yes.
Next time we talk one-on-one, Blue, I'm going to have my brother Austin share it with you.
Wow.
Okay.
Please. That would be wow.
Yeah.
We gotta have
See,
that.
I'm getting to know him much more now
Mhm.
than I ever did in life, you know, vicariously through music, but also through the stories of those of you that knew
Yeah.
him. 'Cause I didn't know him
Yeah.
growing up, you know? So
You're gonna know him.
that is, man,
And
this is a blessing.
Spirit is alive and well.
Yeah, this is such a blessing to share this
Wow.
platform with you, Blue.
Esther, man.
I'm
Wow.
trying.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
Esther.
I know that I am a
lot.
walking I'm a walking legacy. I know that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I didn't before. For the
Yeah.
vast majority of my life, I disassociated myself from Motown because I felt like Motown took my dad from me.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I went the complete opposite direction. I started rapping. Like I went the whole different direction with
Yeah.
music. Right.
Now you're back full circle, learning all the routines, the
All
angles
things
out
come
the head.
full circle.
Wow, that's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
I'm sorry, Miss Esther.
no, no, this is it's absolutely fine because something's happened here in the
You
past.
said it was going to happen.
Yes,
You
something
did.
has opened up, something has happened, and I just feel this love and mothering towards you, Melvin, as you
Yeah.
step into your own as well. Yes, you
Yeah.
are standing on the shoulders of your father, but you are stepping into your own. And I just feel this, I don't know, I'm getting the word serendipity, but I'm feeling this serendipitous moment for you as you are really discovering who your father was, not
Yeah.
not just through you, but from those around who cared, who worked with him, who knew him. They're not
Yeah.
just saying his name to because for fame. I knew him. I
Yes,
knew
ma'am.
they
Yes,
knew
ma'am.
him.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to interview you all individually and get you on. It would be wonderful if I
There
came
you go.
if I come to the States and we just have this huge party where everyone comes together to share their stories. That would be phenomenal, Andre.
Would.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Had to take the glasses off for that one.
All things are possible.
We were standing in front of a Motown Woodward building, right? Quick story. And so I had just got on the bus, and on the tour it's going to be me, the Temps, Marvelettes, and Edward Starr. And Melvin got on the bus and he said, "You guys get off because we got number one with a bullet," and that scared me to death. And I want to get off before the bullet comes. So he explained to me. He said, "Oh no, it's the song. I can't get next to you. I just became number one with a bullet." I was so nervous and scared. I was going to call Sheriff. We got a bullet.
Who's shooting? Who's shooting? Wait.
And now you wanted that bullet from the then on, right?
Yeah, amen. They said we all been chasing those bullets.
That bullet, right? That's the right bullet you chase.
Yeah, that's the one we want.
Absolutely.
This has been such fun. It's been
Thank you.
It has been.
been really, really great. You know, just having these wonderful, nurturing, meaty conversations. And I would love to have you all back on, whether as a group, even more, or individually. But you can imagine hosting an event with all these incredible people in the room and them having the space. I mean, I don't know how practical that would be, but having the space to, oh my gosh, I knew your father, I knew, and just having this moment, this serendipitous moment
Because
of
we've all got great stories. I mean,
absolutely,
a lifetime of stories.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
I need to
I
capture
know
those.
you have some Jerry Butler stories, don't you, Brenda?
Oh my goodness, do I ever. Some Curtis Mayfield, some Chicago stories.
Well, I gotta have
Mm.
you back on. I gotta have all of you back on, you know, within your own individual right. But I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
It's
Been a
been
pleasure.
wonderful, and I will
Thank you.
be in touch again. Thank you, ladies and
Thank
Thank
gentlemen.
you, Esther.
Ladies
Can
and gentlemen,
can
hope you've
Thank you,
enjoyed the
Esther.
show. Woo!
did you go
Thank
away?
you. Oh, you got look, merch line coming soon.
Oh,
Right
great.
on.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna send you my address. You can send one over to me. I'm a size medium. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
so listen, you guys. I have a Japanese gospel choir,
Oh,
and
Yes.
they will be in
Wow.
concert on August the 2nd in Monterey Park. And they are eager and excited. They're so easy to teach, as you know, Brenda. And
Wow.
so they're doing a full concert at in Monterey Park. I need to send you
Awesome.
guys a flyer. Those of you who are near, it's at the First Family Church on Finley in Monterey Park on the 2nd of August at 3 o'clock. And I would love, Brenda, if you could stop by and possibly Andre. All right, I want to send you guys a flyer.
Yeah, send me.
Please do.
I,
Please do.
I'll be
Okay.
coming by Albatross. Yeah, I'll be flying in via Albatross for that. Okay, well, thank you so much, and
Thank you.
be in
Thank
touch.
you,
Thank you.
Esther.
All right, bye.
And we'll
God
talk
bless
soon.
us all.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to click the bell icon for notifications on future videos. Thank you for watching.